navigator of the seas goes to Catalina Island, and one of the things that I really wanted to see was what Catalina Island, or Santa Catalina Island was like. It has a lot of unusual history. Catalina. During World War II, it was closed to the public and used for military training. And at one time, it was even owned by Mexico. But largely, it was owned in the 1920s by the chewing gum magnate William Wrigley. In fact, William Wrigley owned most of the shares of the land in that area, and at some point gave it over to conservancy. So a lot of this area is just conservation. But in the area of weird history, do you know that at one point in 1965, the movie Glass Bottom Boat was recorded here? In fact, Doris Day's mermaid outfit from that movie is in the Catalina Casino, that you can see the large building in these video clips. What's also interesting is the story of Natalie Wood, who accidentally drowned in Two Harbors, the village on the other side of Catalina Island. That story is still quite controversial to this day. But like I said before, Catalina has a lot of unusual history. If you get a moment, you might want to just Google it and find out what it's about, especially if the ship you're on is going to this area. Some of the things I didn't know is that it has a waterfront with a casino, a beach club, and on the other side of the island is a beach resort village called Two Harbors, and I mentioned that earlier, but also a lot of shops and restaurants. I would say it's a very interesting area. For us, it was an opportunity to roam around and enjoy the very relaxing day. It was so beautiful and the weather was just perfect. And like I said, we didn't really know much about this area. We had no idea there was even a little beach, which you can see in this video. I was amazed by how many people were on this little island, and it's normally populated to about 4,000 people. But today, just being in the local area at the waterfront, I noticed that there were quite a few people just wandering around and shopping and whatnot. We enjoyed some ice cream, and we even took a walk, back behind all of the retail areas just to see what it was like. We wandered into the museum that is back there, but we didn't go in and look at the exhibits. And like I said, I regret that because later on I found out about all of the unique history there. They still have glass bottom boats there to this day. They still have a lot of fishing and also hiking in the mountains because there's a mountainous area. They even have bison on this island. At one point they had too many bison. They had like 600 bison. They had to cut it back to 150. So there you go. The fish, by the way, we tasted, and believe me, you've got to try the fish. It was wonderful. As stated before, I was really surprised to find out that there is actually a little bit of a beach area here, as I will show you here. Also, there was a lot of people out just doing regular shopping, and if you look over the water, you can see in the far distance the casino. It's a pretty large building that you can see even when you're tendering over from the ship. Of course, our ship. That being said, I should mention that you do have to tender over, so be prepared for that if you're cruising in. And it's not a really bad wait. We didn't have any trouble getting over. We didn't have much time spent getting back, so that's not a big problem. We spotted an area in the distance that we wanted to go to just because we were curious and wanted to see what the local area was like as far as housing and whatnot. And I got to tell you, I was actually pleasantly surprised. You know, we heard some live music and we got a chance to really get to just venture out a little bit. Now the shopping, I got to tell you though, it's not cheap. This is Catalina Island and the talent. Marketplace and looking at the different little shops. It's a very eclectic kind of place. I don't know why I keep tearing up.
Is that it?
It might be it. Katie's Kitchen. When we got back to the ship, we headed over to Sorrento's, then Cafe Promenade, then finally on to our room so we could get ready to go to dinner. Is always good when you have wonderful friends to share it with, and I'm so lucky because I have a group of friends that I travel with, and they make every experience so much fun.
Banana foto.
Yeah. we have some great food here on this table right now. Oh my God.
That's good.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I told him that we needed one to share, so there you go.
That windjammer moment. I don't think I'm gonna make it back to the room. Was the bathroom at the front of the ship or the back of the ship? I don't even know where the fuck I am on this ship. It hit me while I was driving. I was in LA on the 405, 5 o'clock traffic, middle lane. That's all right. You know what I'm talking about. That's traffic. It's standstill, middle lane. And all of a sudden just went, The bomb door just opened.
Well, this ends another night. And tomorrow is Ensenada. That'd be pretty exciting. Today, Catalina, that was interesting. It's much bigger than I thought it was going to be. I had a pretty good time, but just wanted to let y'all know that tomorrow we're going to Ensenada, and we'll be up pretty early. We're going to do breakfast with the group, and then move on, be on that. Good night. To head out the next morning. Little did we know when we started this particular trek to the blowhole that it was going to take more than an hour to get there. Nobody had mentioned that part. And that when you get to that area, you also start out at the shopping area first. Don't choke, man.
No alcohol.
What's that one?
Yeah, no alcohol.
If any of you like to get a drink, you just buy it over there, and if you don't want,
Okay, we're at the blowhole. I'm trying to get in so I can look, but it's crowded and wet. Only go. I don't know, but I think you get wet. Excuse me. And this looks like the blowhole right here. We're waiting for it to blow.
Very cool. You watch the waves come in and boom.
It's crowded. Here comes a good one. Whoa, wow. Woo! That one was good. There are only 2 blowholes, and we saw the other one in Oahu in Hawaii, so we had to definitely come out and see this one as well. That's the trout. We went to see the game, the Friendly Feud, and somehow we ended up playing the game, of course. You know how that goes.
What's happening?
You're watching 1 minute, next thing you know, you're up there.
Okay, what buzzer would you like to have, guys? Yo. They will say yo. Yo. Okay. And right over here. Meow. I like.
Jorge is very competitive. But even though we are very competitive, we didn't win anything. But, you know, we had a good time, and I guess that's all that matters on a cruise, because you're not going to win, you know, like a lot of money or anything like that. Meanwhile, we went to the bamboo room, which was pretty cool. They had a fake portal that looked like you were looking out into the water or something, but you were actually in a club in the Royal Promenade. So that was weird. I guess you could call the bamboo room sort of a tiki club, because they have Mai Tais that are really good and a lot of weird, I wouldn't say weird, maybe just unusual and Hawaiian or Polynesian oriented art. So it was a very relaxing place and a great place for us to spend the last evening together. So I really enjoyed that club, and like I said, the drinks were good too. Good night, you guys. This is the end of the Navigator of the Seas cruise. Good night.